To be the best, you have to beat the best, and the Iowa Hawkeyes got one step closer to being the best after beating the defending national champs in the rematch last night. So let's talk about it with women's basketball analyst and reporter Khristina Williams. Khristina, I know what I saw last night from a greatness standpoint. Thanks for hopping on with us. Let's talk about it from this team standpoint before we go to individual performances. What were your thoughts on the rematch from a team standpoint?
I mean, it was a great, hard-fought battle and great game competition all through, all four quarters. We saw in the first half, LSU kind of slighted Iowa, but then Caitlin Clark, she came out in that third quarter. She had 4 threes in the third quarter. We saw in the second quarter, Angel Lee, she tweaked her ankle a little bit, which changed the momentum for that LSU team. But this Iowa team is peaking at the right time, and LSU just literally fell short. On the defensive end, they won the battle of the boards, but Iowa was able to outshoot LSU 46% to 38%. So I think that was one of the key factors for Iowa winning. But also on the defensive side of the ball, LSU just wasn't able to make the proper adjustments. We saw online how much slack Haley Van Lith got from a lot of the people who was watching the games that just didn't think that she was able to play defense 1-versus-1 on Caitlin Clark. And so a lot of people said maybe this falls on Kim Mulkey, but I think that overall these two teams battling it out in the Elite Eight, it was just great for sports overall. And then off the court, obviously, these two teams battling out, it caused a lot of deeper conversation when we talk about the media coverage, marketing, trash talking, racism, sexism. So, this was one of the battles for the ages. But at the end of the day, Iowa was just the better team.
Luckily, there's a lot of people out there that could put a lot of that BS to the side and take the game for what it was, an instant classic. It was competitors going up against each other, and we were locked in on. I was on my couch with my baby boy. I woke him up like 3 times, like, did she just shoot that? And he just hopping up with the bottle all in his mouth. So there's no I in team, but there for darn sure is an I in Caitlin Clark. That girl either scored or assisted on 67 of the Hawkeyes' 94 points. She showed up again on the big stage. What were your biggest takeaways from Caitlin's historic night?
Well, obviously, we know Caitlin is the all-time leading scorer in the NCAA, so we expected her to come out and, play all 40 minutes and live up to all of the hype that she's been getting. She's a great basketball player, and no one can take that away from her. She's a great offensive player, but I think that one of the things that we don't credit her enough for is getting her teammates involved. When we were coming into this matchup, one of the things that I had said was the key for Iowa to win was for Caitlin to get her teammates involved, and that's exactly what she was able to do in terms of getting people like Kate Martin and Sydney Fulser just involved in the game. When Iowa gets their teammates involved, they are a dangerous team and they are unbeatable. And I think that was one of the key parts of Caitlin's performance that, just doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, it was one of those everybody eats mentality. Iowa guard Kate Martin, as you mentioned, she had 21 and 6 on the night. Going into this game, like you said, a lot of people worried if Caitlin Clark had enough help. After last night, does Iowa now have enough scoring power as a complete unit to be national champs?
I think all season the question around Iowa was, can they win if Caitlin Clark isn't the sole focal point of the offense? And time again in the Big Ten tournament and through every round of the NCAA tournament, they proved the naysayers wrong. We have Kate Martin. Again, she is peaking at the right time. Sydney Fulser, who is stepping in for Molly Davis, is getting it done on both sides of the floor. And then Gabby Marshall, defensively, what she provides is so important for this Iowa team. And so, yes, I think that they have enough shooting power. They are one of the top teams in three-point shooting. And so I think that they have enough power to be able to make it all the way. And I think that that's what makes this team dangerous is their versatility. They can win in a variety of different ways, whether Caitlin Clark scores all of the points or the majority of the points or whether everyone else is involved. I think that that's what makes March special, the rise of different stars. And I think that that's what we see with this Iowa team.
Well, Friday, 9:30 p.m., we've got ourselves another appointment TV. It's UConn versus Iowa. Let's preview this. What are you looking forward to most when Iowa plays the Lady Huskies in the Final Four?
Well, firstly, Caitlin Clark and Paige Deckers are going to be box office, must-see TV. You have two of the greatest scores that the college game has ever seen going up against each other. These two played in the Sweet 16 as freshmen. I think that Gino Auriemma, this has been one of his greatest coaching jobs that we've seen. UConn is playing shorthanded because they have a lot of players that are injured. They have 4 freshmen on the active roster, 3 seniors and 1 sophomore. So this shorthanded UConn team are going to be up for a big task. When we talk about Iowa, who's one of the best offensive teams in the country, and then UConn, like the defensive matchups, how are they going to match up against Caitlin Clark? We saw that Haley Van Lith, she struggled in that game against LSU. Will Paige Beckers be up for the task? And we talk about the two greatest scorers in college basketball, the two greats in Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark. I think that what gives Paige the edge over Caitlin Clark is that she is a better defender. And so I think that she will be up for the task to, guard Caitlin Clark from the half court and just contain her. For UConn, it's going to be all about the health of the players. Hopefully they're getting a lot of rest because their 3 seniors are going to have to play all 40 minutes to be able to make it over this Iowa team. But that's what I'm looking for. You have a great offensive team in Iowa, and then you have this shorthanded UConn team, but they are tough on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, here's a little defensive tip to UConn. You guys can keep it if you want. Guard Caitlin Clark when she gets off the bus, not when she crosses the half-court line. Guard her when she gets off the bus. Somebody get a hand in her face at least. Khristina, tell the people where they can find you really quick.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Khristina Williams. You can also follow my sports page, girlstalksports.tv, for all the latest in women's basketball news.
Well, it was great talking sports with you just now. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.